I'm Paul Major of Picks and Ponderings at Chicago Now. You can find me as part of Picks and Ponderings at Chicago Now. It's on Twitter at Picks Ponderings, and I personally reside at Hey Laserbeam too. This week we're going to take a look at Claiming Crown Saturday. It's carded for the 5th of December at Gulfstream. That's right. It's opening day at the venerable South Florida Oval, and Gulfstream Park opens for its winter championship meet and the beginning of 4 or so months of Grade A racing in Hallandale Beach, Florida, just up the road from Fort Lauderdale. Gulfstream's opening day is Claiming Crown Saturday. It's an intersectional card full of claiming crown races, all designed with starter allowance conditions to celebrate lunch pail working class types in horse racing who get their day in the sun. In this preview, we're going to look at the Claiming Crown Emerald. It's carded as the 10th race on Gulfstream's opening day card. Post time, at least that's what they say it is 4:35 p.m. Eastern. We remind you Gulfstream likes to play fast and loose with post times, but they're saying 4:35. With Gulfstream, you have to pay attention to turf rails 36 feet from zero at the time of this recording, and published time is the setting for the rails. They'll go 1 1/16. That's 2 turns on the Gulfstream turf. It's for 3 and up. It's for the 3 and up kind. $125,000 the purse. This is a race with a lot of contenders in the Claiming Crown Emerald. And one look at the contender list, and some might think this is a minor stakes at Arlington. And I'm actually going to go with a horse who's raced in minor stakes at Arlington. Formerly of the Mike Rivas barn, but now sporting the colors of Winning Moves stable and conditioned by Peter Walder, is number 4 Yankee Dealer. Paco Lopez will get the call. Last time out, this one won the Cicero Handicap. It's a restricted stakes, but it's Illinois preferred. It had a pot of 50,000 and it went on the Hawthorne grass, and Yankee Dealer emerged ahead victorious with a good closing rally. Yankee Dealer's been in some pretty solid form in the second half of the year. One on yielding ground and one on yielding ground close to Memorial Day at Arlington, but then was put in over his head in the Grade 3 Arlington Handicap. Came back and won the Black Tie Affair, won another allowance race, and threw a clunker in the teleprompter on the closing day at Arlington. The form on this one's been solid. Now, after the Black Tie Affair, trainer Mike Rivas kind of felt as if Yankee Dealer had run himself out of spots, and he put into the back of the mind the idea of the Claiming Crown as a race. Yet, Yankee Dealer's been good enough to go and win a twice other than allowance at Saratoga. People tend to think that Saratoga allowances are a little classier than other allowances, but I like the fact that he's been racing in minor stakes. I like the fact that even though you could have had him for $25,000 last winter at Hawthorne, he hasn't been racing against $25,000 horses. He's been racing against higher company. 50,000 stakes, 75. He's been racing in state bred and restricted stakes, and has that 2 other than Saratoga allowance win. I think with Yankee Dealer, this is the race they've been targeting all along. I didn't feel that was the case with the Cicero, and I think he's cranked up and ready to go in the Claiming Crown Emerald. He'll break from post 4. And as of published time, we don't have morning line odds, so we can't say what his odds may or may not be. But Paco Lopez climbs aboard for Peter Walter. We come to Ken and Sarah Ramsey, who seem to win a great, who seem to always make a trip to Gulfstream like seniors in November and December, heading down to escape the harsh climes of the north and soaking in some Florida sunshine. And here come Ken and Sarah Ramsey again this year. They've got Purely Boy, who breaks in the 12th spot. Purely Boy won a starter stakes two back at Indiana Downs, and last time was in a 6.5 furlong race over the undulating Kentucky Downs course, and he won that as well. In fact, Purely Boy has gotten into some seriously good form, doing so in starter allowances. Yes, these are middle level starter allowances, starter 6, 3 back a starter 10, 4 back a starter 16. But this race is a starter 25. Keep in mind that a starter stakes is going to have a little bit higher company. Yes, this one was claimed by the Ramseys a few days after Christmas last year. A few days after Christmas last year, and perhaps Ken and Sarah Ramsey said after the 2014 Claiming Crown that we have a horse for the 2015 Claiming Crown. It makes sense. But keep in mind, Ken and Sarah Ramsey know what they're doing in Claiming Crowns. And they've got a quality turf rider in Javier Castellano. They have Mike Maker, who trains there, who serves as their West trainer, doing their Kentucky operation. Purely Boy should get some pace set up. Lay that pistol down. Another Illinois bred should provide some speed. Uncle Dave, who 2-back won a Pennsylvania bred stakes on the Pennsylvania Derby undercard, should provide some speed. There's other speed in here, perhaps from another maker, and that's Roman Approval. There should be enough pace to set him up. It actually sets up Yankee Dealer as well. I'm just thinking that Yankee Dealer, because of coming from the Illinois circuit, might be a touch higher on the tote than Purely Boy, coming from the Kentucky circuit. And in the grand sphere of racing, people will think Kentucky is better than Illinois. Yeah, we're playing the home team card a little bit. But we think that what Yankee Dealer has done is just as good, if not better, than what Purely Boy has done. Still, anyone who's playing a multi-race wager on Claiming Crown Day should probably use these at equal strength. I found them hard to separate. Purely Boy will be second for me. We come to Roman Approval, who is one of about a bajillion horses trained by Mike Maker in the field. This one does not have Ramsey colors and a big R on the cap. Instead, but does have Jose Ortiz to ride. Fans of Chicago racing, and we know you're out there because it's our hometown circuit, will remember that he was second in the Stars and Stripes, going 3 turns this year, getting nosed out at the wire by the Pizza Man, a recent winner of the Grade 2 Hollywood Turf Cup, and a Grade 1 winner in his own right. Roman Approval did turn in a respectable 4th, going a long 3 turns in the American St. Ledger, but he also has a 3rd in the Grade 3 Kentucky Turf Cup. Now the Stars and Stripes, the American St. Ledger, the Kentucky Turf Cup are 12 furlongs plus. So what happens here in a mile 16th in the Claiming Crown? Is it too short for him? Well, let's look back to his last start at Laurel, where he was in a 25,000 starter allowance. The race at Laurel functioned as a Claiming Crown auto qualify, a win and you're in per se, for Claiming Crown geared horses. And he won that race, which had 25,000 starter conditions, the same conditions here as the Claiming Crown. Plus, he's going second off the layoff. Plus, he gets Jose Ortiz to leave a chilly, frigid Aqueduct to come down to beautiful, sunny Gulfstream and get on this one. And keep in mind, Roman Approval does have a win and 2 additional podium finishes over the Gulfstream grass. There's good things to like on Roman Approval. He might be a bit much of a need the lead type, but at least when checked and pulled back in that Laurel qualifying Claiming Crown race, he showed a bit of rating and he showed a little bit of inheriting and rating gear, and that might be useful on a Gulfstream course that can play to forward types. So, in the Claiming Crown Emerald, the 10th race on Gulfstream's Saturday, December 5th card that opens their meet. The Claiming Crown Emerald, we like number 4, Yankee Dealer, over number 12, Purely Boy. We're going to slot third, number 1, Roman Approval. Our long shot to watch is going to be from the home team. Not the home team for myself or Nicole, but the home team for Gulfstream. Tyler Gaffalione and Marty Wolfson are the humans involved with this one. And Marty Wolfson as a trainer can be a very effective trainer pulling a horse off of a layoff, or tipping his hand and saying what a horse wants to do. Golden Rifle is the horse of concern, and he'll break from post 11. The last time this one saw the starter was in a 75,000 open stakes at Gulfstream in September. Now he hasn't been seen since then, and that's because Gulfstream closed for a brief 2-month meet to be run at Gulfstream Park West, and that's Calder if you're kicking it old school. He's got some. There are some layoff lines in there. Before that race at Gulfstream, 2 back, he won the 8 Miles East Stakes coming off of a layoff himself. And 3 back was the last start before a layoff when he was in an optional claimer, but also functioning as a twice other than allowance. This is a runner that's been knocking around an allowance company and has a stakes win, beating a next out winner 2 back. I think he might have been a little too keen last time out in the listed stakes at Gulfstream, going a mile, but he didn't do too bad in that race. He was 4th. He likes the Gulfstream course, obviously. 12 starts, 4 wins, 7 times in the top 3. So we've got ourselves a horse for the course. We've got ourselves a horse who fits well as a allowance minor stakes type. And you have to go back pretty deep to find the way this one gets into the Claiming Crown. Let's look at the form. Looky. Well, we got this one from Chad. Well, Chad Brown put this one in for $25,000 back in December of last year. Marty Wolfson bit. This one had to have had some quality if it started out in the Chad Brown barn. Maybe this one's just found its stride at Gulfstream. And as a home team local taking on outside shippers, could be a little ignored at the windows. So let's recap in the 10th race on Saturday's Claiming Crown Day card, the Claiming Crown Emerald. We like the number 4, Yankee Dealer. Slotting second, number 12, Purely Boy. Third will be number 1, Roman Approval. The long shots to watch will be number 11, Golden Rifle. Good luck on Claiming Crown Day, and good luck from all of us at Picks and Ponderings.